I never thought I'd hear those words from the woman I married, not in my own home, not from the person I trusted with everything, but there she was, calm, almost smug, delivering a sentence that shattered years of my life in one breath. "These kids aren't yours," she said, staring at me as if daring me to react. I froze. My mind went blank, though my heart pounded like a drum. I had raised these children as my own from the moment they came into our lives, changing diapers, sleepless nights, school projects, soccer games, birthdays, scraped knees, first heartbreaks. Every day, I had given them love, time, and devotion. And now she was saying it didn't matter, that biologically, they weren't mine. For a moment, rage bubbled up inside me. I wanted to scream, to grab her, to demand answers. I wanted to feel betrayal in the rawest, loudest way possible. But instead, I nodded. I nodded because I realized something that the words themselves had finally made clear. Biology doesn't define fatherhood. Love does. Sacrifice does. The late nights, the early mornings, the countless hours spent guiding, teaching, and protecting, none of that had been about DNA. It had been about being a father, and no revelation, no lie, no admission from her could erase that. Then came the next step, the financial support she had been receiving through me for them. For years, I had provided without question, believing I was helping to raise my children. Now, knowing the truth, I understood that those payments were going somewhere they hadn't belonged. I calmly canceled the next transfer, not out of vengeance, not out of cruelty, but out of principle. It wasn't mine to give anymore. I had given everything I could, and I wouldn't allow deception to continue to dictate my life. She stared at me, her face twisting in shock. You can't do that. They need that money." I shook my head. "No, I've already given my time, my love, and my presence. That's more than enough. Everything else is up to you." For a brief moment, I saw the woman I thought I knew, the one I had trusted, loved, and fought for, disappear behind a mask of entitlement and arrogance. The person I had married was gone, replaced by someone who treated our family like a transaction, like I was obligated rather than willing. It hurt. Of course, it hurt. But the sting of betrayal was tempered by a quiet sense of clarity. I had been deceived, yes, but I also recognized the freedom in finally seeing things for what they truly were. Raising children is more than bloodlines. It's love, consistency, patience, and sacrifice. And even if they weren't mine biologically, every memory, every lesson, every laugh I shared with them will always belong to me. The next days were quiet. She tried to argue, tried to guilt me into compliance, but I stayed firm. No threats, no drama, just steady, unwavering resolve. I realized that some betrayals demand a calm response, a refusal to let deception continue to control your life. Over time, I began to rebuild my life, not just financially, though that was part of it, but emotionally. I reclaimed my trust, my dignity, and my sense of self. I learned a harsh but essential lesson. Love can be real, even when deception exists, but it also requires boundaries, honesty, and respect. Sometimes walking away isn't about leaving people behind. It's about leaving lies, manipulation, and betrayal behind. I didn't walk away from the children I had raised, but I did walk away from the false reality she had tried to enforce, a reality where my love could be exploited. I still see the kids, still help where I can, still hold them as the father I've been, but the woman who lied to me, she no longer holds power over my life. I canceled the payment, yes, but more than that, I reclaimed my voice, my agency, and my freedom. Betrayal can be devastating, but sometimes it also clears the path to clarity. And in that clarity, I found my strength, not as a victim, but as someone who refused to be controlled by deceit.